just, I guess, sort of struggling with community, struggling how to sort of acknowledge and encourage different aspects of my identity without denying other aspects of it. It's been really challenging and frustrating for me, just because I feel like a lot of parts of my identity sort of contradict each other, or don't really, they just don't really mesh well with one another, I guess. I identify with a lot of things that I guess could be considered stereotypically masculine, or sometimes even just like straight guy ish. I'm into metal. I'm a pretty big metalhead. I like old school outlaw country. I like a lot of rockabilly. I eat meat, drink beer. I like barbecuing. Spend a significant portion of my free time in the gym lifting weights. Just stuff like that. I don't do these things, or I'm not interested in these things because I feel like I have to in order to be accepted as a man or anything like that. I do kind of think that whole way of thinking is sort of ridiculous. I've just honestly been into that kind of stuff since I was very young. Since I was a kid growing up in Nanaimo. It's just kind of the way I am. So there's that, but so on the flip side of that, right, I have those aspects of my identity and personality. I also identify in a lot of other ways as well. For example, being trans, it's not something that I deny at all. I'm not interested in being stealth. I'm trans. I do identify as a guy with a vagina. I did do a lot of work to be comfortable with having a vagina instead of a penis. It was something that was, a source of major discomfort and emotional pain for me, for a while. So I did put a lot of work into overcoming that. So I'm proud of that. I'm proud that I'm now able to connect with a part of myself that I wasn't able to connect with positively before. Something that was a very negative part of who I was in terms of how I felt about myself. So I'm happy that I feel good about that, and I feel that it's something that I should celebrate. It is a part of my identity. And aside from that, too, another big part of my identity is my newly found and very strong attraction to guys, and I guess, to be blunt, my appreciation for dick. Just put it straight up. That's kind of who I am. It's what I'm into, and I don't want to deny any of that about myself. So yeah. So I guess, as I mentioned before, that a lot of my frustration lately has been coming from feeling like those different aspects of my identity are conflicting, at least in terms of community. Somebody who, a guy with a vagina that likes dick, not necessarily at home with a room full of metalheads all the time. Whereas I do feel at home in a room full of metalheads. That's what I like. That's who I'm a part of that community. And it's not that the other aspects of my identity are really ever even relevant in that sort of environment. I'm not there to hook up or express myself that way. I'm there to listen to music and enjoy bands, right? So it's not really that it needs to be expressed there. It's more just the thought in my head of being feeling like that's a place where I'm comfortable, however knowing in my head that there's a lot of other parts of myself that I don't think I can be comfortable in that sort of environment, just because, it is quite frequently just full of a lot of beer drinking, metalhead, straight guys, very gruff, very, just it's a certain atmosphere, for sure. So there's that. And also conversely though, there's the feeling of being, a metalhead, somebody who likes eating meat and drinking beer and being in that kind of environment. I don't really feel at home in the queer community either. I do feel like some of the ways that we relate to our bodies, maybe some of the things that we're interested in sexually, or things like that, just in that sense, it might be a lot of similarities between me and other people in the queer community, but I just feel like that's really where the only similarities are. Sort of like, I feel like maybe outside of that realm, I don't really feel very free to express myself in ways that aren't trans or queer related. So, I don't know, I guess it's just, there's a lot of conflict there between just different aspects of my identity, and I've just felt that community is just something that seems very kind of hard to come by for me right now in a way that I'm just completely comfortable 100%, so but being the ever stubborn Taurus that I am, I do refuse to abandon something that I enjoy, just because that it might reject me. I do kind of put my foot down and say I'm here and I like this and I'm a part of, I deserve to be here as well, so I'm kind of stubborn that way. But it does get frustrating feeling sort of invisible in those kind of situations, I guess. The main reason for starting transition really was to be recognized for who I really am, as the guy I am and everything like that, and to alleviate those feelings of invisibility. But in some senses, I think I've sort of traded one kind of invisibility for another, which is kind of frustrating sometimes. But yeah, I don't know, I guess I kind of just wanted to express my thoughts surrounding community and where I fit in as, as a trans guy, as somebody interested in guys, and how that fits with other aspects of my identity in terms of finding community. So I'd be kind of interested to hear anything you guys had to say about your own experiences with community, or how you identify, how you feel you fit in or don't fit in, or anything like that. I don't know if I'm really making any sense. I kind of